In round 1 of the Fire Emblem Gladiator arena, 16 cringy self-inserts came to fight and die for our entertainment. The first batch of gladiators were Chin the Dread Fighter, Patarino the Bishop, Rada the Warrior, Marika the Swordmaster, TC the Wyvern Knight, Too Long the Journeyman, Jay Gun the Hero, Sugary the Mage, Anan the Great Knight, Alice the Druid, Burn the Berserker, Iron Day the General, Gum the Druid, F the Great Lord, and Clover the Assassin. The brackets were randomized and the gladiators went at it. The first fight of the evening was Jagon vs Burned. The veteran hero put up a good fight, but ultimately he was no match for the Berserker Shuffle. The second fight of the evening was Marika vs Chin. Chin looked scary at first, but Marika's insane dodge tank build saw the Dread Fighter having a 0% chance to hit her, making Marika take the fight in convincing fashion. The third fight was Clover vs TC, and this one was just plain unfortunate for the assassin. Bar a lucky lethality proc, there was no way she could win this one, as TC proceeded to skewer her. Fight 4, Too Long vs Iron Day, the Journeyman versus the Stolly Poison General. Luckily, Too Long brought a hammer, which came in handy against his armored foe, especially considering he seemingly refused to proc his Pavice. The two took a brief break from the fighting to kick back and drink some vulneraries together, but after that, Too Long decided to smack Iron Day with his hammer to win the match. Fight 5, Patarino vs Gum, a classic battle of light versus dark. Due to weapon triangle, it looked bleak for the druid until he fired off a Nosferatu crit to restore his health. Sadly, Patarino had one of the cheesiest builds of the evening, a Miracle Elixir combo. Even when Gum fired off a second unlikely Fenrir crit, Patarino simply healed up all the damage and took his opponent down. Yeah, we nerfed elixirs after this. Fight 6, Anon vs F. Anon goes to the arena and gets a lucky crit, followed by another lucky crit. Yeah, that's just how life is in the arena sometimes. Casino Bot will bless you, and Casino Bot will curse you. Fight 7, Rada vs Sugary. Clink, bonk, dead. Fight 8 was actually the longest of the evening, featuring Exia vs Alice, a dodgy sniper versus a Nos tank. It went on for a very long time, even activating the sudden death mechanic, but in the end, the dodgy sniper prevailed. With round 1 complete, it was now time to go into round 2, starting with the first fight, Burned vs Marika. Despite having a Sword Reaver in his inventory, Burned seemed to favor the Tomahawk, probably because he would have 0% hit even with Weapon Triangle. At this point, Marika's build seemed unbeatable, and she easily crushed her opponent to advance to round 3. Second fight of round 2, Anon vs Patarino. Lucky crits couldn't get Anon through this one, and the cheesy Miracle Elixir build proved too much for the unlucky Great Knight. Patarino won the match easily. Fight 3 of round 2, Exia vs Rada. Considering Rada didn't have a ranged weapon, she actually put up a pretty good fight against the dodgy sniper, but in the end, the RNG just wasn't on her side, and she got slowly chipped down. Death by 1,000 arrows. And with that, round 2 was over, and it was time to enter the semifinals, starting with Marika vs TC. And once again, it appeared that no one had a response to Marika's unhittable dodge tank build. But then, Marika's AI decided to equip a Silver Sword to go for the kill, which suddenly let TC hit his opponent, which he did, crushing the unhittable Swordmaster in maybe one of the greatest upsets of the evening. The second fight of the semifinals was Exia vs Patarino. The dodgy sniper showed great promise all evening, but in the end, the cheesy Miracle Elixir build was too much for Exia to handle, making Patarino go on to the finals. From 16 gladiators down to 2, TC the Wyvern Knight and Patarino the Bishop, facing each other in the finals in a best of 5. In the first round, TC fires off with a crit, but Patarino responds in kind, taking the first battle. In the second fight, Patarino gets brought low and retreats to chug an elixir. It looks bleak for TC, but then he fires off a crit which triggers Miracle, followed by another crit, equalizing the score 1-1. Round 3 sees TC once again opening up with a crit, which Patarino promptly heals with it as elixir, but TC is relentless. As Patarino attacks, TC counters, bringing him below half health, negating the Miracle, and then procs Luna to finish off the Bishop, making the score 2-1. TC is now in the lead. Fight 4, TC opens up once again with a crit, and because Patarino's seal speed has not yet kicked in, he doubles, finishing him off with a Luna proc. taking down the bishop and winning the first round of the Gladiators Arena. TC is the first champion and will go on to the Grand Melee. Congratulations! So that was round 1 of the Gladiator Arena. Round 2 kicks off tomorrow. The stream should be appearing on screen in front of you right now, so go check it out. Hope to see you there.